Hazel's Purple Berry Crunch, Triple Flakes, and Purple Berry Flakes. Now with 12% more crunch.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertising.
Gracious. I was just sitting down for tea. I've got a lovely little It's almost time for today's episode. Straight to the point, eh? Anytime. If you're here for this week's magazine club meeting, you're a touch late. I found a hen. If you're here for this week's magazine, fantastic. Do be careful with it, dear, as these keys tend to be a tad hard to acquire. You should have a chat with Lilia Hagen in the Sublight offices. She's a tear. You'll love her. Now, was there anything else? Anytime.
Hey boss, if you need a tour guide, I've seen all 12 episodes of Terror on Monarch. Kind of an expert.
Long as there's paying work, you can count me in.
CNP, I can't believe it's not forced. It's unbelievable how good... it is.
If this is something Tobias could handle, see yourself out the door. Sure is. Welcome aboard, contractor. One of my guys in Stellar Bay has a lead on some high-grade salvage, but we arranged a drop at the Saltuna warehouse's loading dock. Find whatever he left there and take it to Fallbrook. My gal Catherine will be expecting you. A few of my contractors run flights in there and out again, working. We keep the community lubricated with a steady supply of booze and unconventional erotica. Byzantium kids with more money than sense can thank sub. One of my guys filmed a Raptidon grinding on an automech. Didn't end well for any. When the board pulled out of Monarch, they buried or sealed any. Apparently, one of Catherine's teams uncovered an abandoned. It's exactly 1 million bits per cubic meter. Before you get too excited, the only thing rare, dangerous stuff. Acid for the nuclein in your cells. It's no good to any.
But it can be a lot of fun, if you don't mind the possibility of rewiring your...
You and I have different notions of. Now, get going. Catherine will brief you on the One last thing. When you're on the job, keep a pair of eyes on the. Don't go looking for anything. You'll do fine.
Good enough? Sublight's always got plenty of work. Good gig if you don't mind where the bits come from.
C&P Borsted Baked Beans. When you need to eat and run, Borsted Baked Beans is the only one.
Impeccable timing, Captain. I was about to watch the latest episode in Halcyon Helen's thrilling serial adventure. Welcome back, Captain. Now that you have acquired a nav key to Stellar Bay, would you like me to contact Dr. Wells? I don't believe so, Captain.
Well done. You'll love Monarch. Exotic climate, violent native species, fascinating culture, really. You'll need to speak with Hiram Blythe. He's known as the information broker, and for good reason. If anyone knows where I can find those chemicals, it's Hiram. I need those chemicals to revive the Hope's colonists. They can help us fight back against the board. They can help us set things right. If we don't put a stop to the board, they're going to drive this colony toward a complete societal collapse. No, never. Monarch is a hotbed of political activity. You'll want to hire the services of a skilled guide. I recommend a hunter by the name of Nyoka. Frequents the drinking establishments of Stellar Bay. Very hard to miss. Once you have everything you need, make your way to Hiram Blythe's compound. Come see me in my lab. I'll answer it. Best of luck. Everyone on the Hope is counting on you.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance? Certainly, Captain. I was hoping you would ask.
It was the law-forsaken parasites. I had become obsessed.
My quest to stop them. To avenge my partner, Philip. And my ex-partner, Bernice. And Lieutenant Jurgen. And those two informants had brought me to Rizzo's distillery. But it wasn't just the triple distilled deliciousness of Rizzo's Spectrum brand vodka that I found there. It was death. I made sure the Brain Eaters paid the price. But at what cost to me? It's you.
This is the Halcyon News Network with breaking news. Halcyon Helen has been murdered. Administrator Ludovico of Rizzo's refused to answer the big question on everyone's mind. Who will Spectrum Vodka's next spokesperson be? Claiming that a special investigation must be concluded first.
Captain, we have a communication coming in from one Administrator Ludovico.
Get off the transmission, Cedric. We agreed to let me do the negotiating. Law be with you, friend. I am Administrator Ludovico of the famed Eridanos Atmospheric Complex. But there's no need to stand on formality. You may address me as Mr. Halcyon Helen is dead. Murdered. Her death is the tragedy of our lifetime. As the face of our new product line, her murder is a stain on the Rizzo's brand. She was scheduled to unveil our newest product, Spectrum Brown, before this tragic event. But we cannot move forward with our unveiling until we apprehend the killer.
All right, Ludovico, that's enough. You don't know what you're doing. Let me handle this. Captain Hawthorne, so glad to finally have a word with you. I would have been so disappointed if Ludovico monopolized your attention. Cedric Kincannon, Sublight Underground. I'm so glad we're hiring a third-party investigator. No one wants to see a troop of UDL guards stomping all over my hotel. The murder of Halcyon Helen is a heinous assault on this colony. I look forward to watching you find the miscreant. You're a compassionate person, Captain. And you're right. Halcyon Helen was a talent. You would not believe the money she made us on Dissident Busters.
For law's sake, Cedric, could you show a little discretion and not bring up your contraband operations in front of...
Please, Lou. Sublight Underground is built on discretion. I'm establishing rapport.
Do you really want to do this right now, Cedric? You want...
First sensible thing I've heard all day. My apologies, Mr. Ludovico. That was unprofessional of me. Captain, I'm Constable Maria Keene, hiring a third-party investigator. You are an extraordinary scientist. If your talents extend, as far as I'm concerned... I hate to admit it, but I'm a little out of my depth here. I'm used to dealing... Please, Captain, I'm asking you to help us. While you're pursuing your investigation, we'll make you a guest of honor.
I encourage you to consider... The future of our complex may depend on your success. I'll leave you in the constable's care.
Fine. But Rizzo's is paying for that hotel room.
I can't tell you how grateful I am for your help. And even though they may not show their gratitude, Mr. Kincannon could lose his spaceport if board authorities took over the investigation. And if Rizzo's is forced to cancel its unveiling, we might never recover. Helen was more than popular. She gave something to this colony that no one has ever been as well known or as well loved. Outside. Me? Worn out? Perish the notion. My days are filled with catering to... Your words, not mine. Please don't take my lack of I am a content, productive, and happy member of... The administrator oversees Rizzo's operations. Cedric runs the hotel and the... My life would be so much easier if they'd... I'm pleased to hear that. From everything I've heard, you're a competent freelancer. And at the... Thank you for your time, Captain. Whenever you're ready, I've authorized...
Transmission terminated. Captain, we are now cleared to land at the Eridanos Atmospheric Complex. There are several reasons why someone would hire your services. Desperation, confusion, mistaken identity. Eridanos is a hydrogen-helium gas giant, distinguished by a well-defined ring system. The Eridanos Atmospheric Complex is a system of land masses propelled through a thin layer of the upper atmosphere, where humans are
Hey, Captain. I got a thing I want to ask. I was thinking about what you said before, after we went to the Lost Hope on the Groundbreaker. I think I'm ready to stop fretting and fussing, and I'm thinking of doing it here. I was kind of hoping you'd offer. The thing is, I can't ask her over like this. I mean, look at me. I'm all covered in engine grease, and I smell like sweat most days, and, well, don't look too close at my fingernails. I was hoping, we could stop by Groundbreaker for bath supplies. Oh, that nice older lady in the rest and go, Miss Gladys? She seemed to know. I mean, only if you're not busy. Or when you're heading through Groundbreaker for something else. You don't gotta... Anyhow, next time we dock in Groundbreaker...
Rizzo's Lemon Slap. Slap your whole family tonight.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt advertisement for the...
It's almost time for today's episode of The Chairman's Children. Care to listen with me? I think I got just the thing, my dear. A few years back, Auntie Cleo's put out a homemade high-grade shampoo and conditioner. Scrubby brush. A nice lotion.
What's the scrubby brush for?
Cleaning around your nails, sweetheart. Gets the engine grease out. Most folk don't got the time. Or bathtubs for such, me included. I'll let you have one on clearance. You want rosish, mock apple and cinnamon, or refurbished ship?
We didn't have anything rosish in Edgewater. I heard it smells real pretty, though.
I'll just wrap that up for you, since it's for a special occasion.
I'll pay for that, ma'am. Thanks for being so helpful.
You're welcome, dear. Anytime, sweetheart. You know where to find me.
Groundbreaker's safe from melting to bits now. Lots of good people. Oh, thanks, Captain. I'm gonna put these... In her messages, Junlei said her mama used to make this dish for Monarch. Dustback casserole. Saltuna and Xenogold needle mushroom. And then for dessert, there's a thing called, Sweetheart. There's gotta be some place in Stellar Bay that can bake a casserole. And I heard tell there's a Rizzo's town near there called Cascadia, what specializes in sweets. Thanks, Captain. I know I'm asking an awful lot, but I'm sure it's gonna be worth it.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Do you have what it takes to defend your corporate township from the dangers of alien wildlife and the unemployed? Talk to your local manager.
Rizzo's purple berry fudge. Soft, sour candy shell around a sweet purple berry flavored center. Suck it, chew it, you can do it.